everyone, welcome to another post-game edition of the Silver Bulletin. My name is Aaliyah Jackson. I'm here with Wyatt Crochet and Colin Gary. We are here in Pasadena in the Rose Bowl. We just witnessed Ohio State defeat Washington 28-23. Now, for 3 quarters, this Ohio State team looked like it was clicking on all cylinders. We saw the defense play probably its best 3 quarters of the season. What did you guys think of their performance at the beginning of this game?
The first 3 quarters were extremely dominant. I thought going in, that's what was to be expected with the storyline of it being Urban Meyer's last game, possibly Dwayne Haskins' last game, the last game for the 3 veteran receivers, and for Jordan Fuller, Draymond Jones, all these guys, they would come out and look like the team that was against Michigan, look like the team that was against Northwestern, and that's what happened in the first 3 quarters. Mike Weber got it going in the first 3 quarters, or in the first half, really had 96 yards, led the team in yardage. Dwayne Haskins made some really, and we'll talk about this later, but NFL level throws. He found holes in Washington's zone defense that, really, you have to have perfect vision, stepping up in the pocket, being a very, very confident quarterback that we've been used to seeing over the past couple weeks, especially through Michigan, through Northwestern. It was a very, very good performance from Dwayne Haskins, especially early on. And then, we'll mention this later, it kind of fell apart in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, those first 3 quarters, you could say it was the best. I think it's the best they've played in general. Even Michigan, they gave up 39. Those 3 quarters were just spotless football. I thought it was going to be just this dominating effort that proved, hey, maybe Ohio State should have had a chance at Alabama and Clemson. It would have made that point. And then the fourth quarter happened, which we'll talk about. But another person I wanted to bring up is Paris Campbell. He had 7 receptions in the first half, which was enough to break the record for most receptions in program history. He got 1,000 yards in this game as well over the season. Just a big year for him, and he had, I think, 10, 11 catches in the game. Just a huge game for Paris Campbell as well.
So Ohio State amounted a 28-3 lead before things started to fall off the rails. They almost had to go into overtime to win this one. Washington, at the end, couldn't get it done. What happened in that last quarter? I know we say it all season, but another strange game for Ohio State. They can't play a perfect 4 quarters, it seems.
I think they coasted. I felt like they thought they had it in the bag. They thought, this is the perfect way to sell Urban, this dominating win. And then it was just like, okay, Washington got 1 touchdown, that's fine. But I think Ohio State punted 5 straight times after that touchdown, something along those lines. They didn't have anything going on offense. It was almost all 3 and outs. Just the plays weren't there anymore. The run game was stopped. And then Washington, Jake Browning proved somewhat of that sophomore year season. He can make those throws. Really, Myles Gaskin a lot, too. He was making huge plays. They were just driving. They were just driving Ohio State's defense. It was the almost exact opposite of everything that they were doing so well in the third quarter. It almost cost them the game.
I think when you look at what Ohio State didn't do well in the fourth quarter, you have to go back and see, especially in the secondary, what went well in the first 3 quarters. Jeffrey Okudah, Kendall Sheffield, fantastic games, 3 pass breakups, 9 total tackles for the entire game. I think the 3 pass breakups were in the first 3 quarters. And some of that was dominant. It was the best man coverage that I have seen out of this secondary in a long time. And it did seem a little bit of lacking in what you said, but it also seemed that Jake Browning, senior quarterback, he wanted to bring this, end his career with a win as well, and you saw that confidence increase, that high accuracy. He completed 64% of his passes, 313 yards, which ties a season high, and the season high was against North Dakota, by the way. And he just looked like a senior quarterback, like a quarterback that wanted to match what Dwayne Haskins was doing in the first 3 quarters, and I think he did, and he proved, he still showed that there were some holes to be fixed in the Ohio State secondary, and that's what a senior quarterback and a leader like Jake Browning can do.
Now, in this game, we saw Jeffrey Okudah explode out. He had a breakout performance. He played excellent pretty much the whole game. Brendan White, he showed up at the end as well, making some key stops to secure this win for Ohio State. What do you guys think about this future of this secondary? Do you see it improving from where it was this season, moving into next season?
It's going to have to. It's kind of what hurt them against Purdue. It's what hurt them against Maryland at points in terms of, yes, it was deep runs as well, and go into that linebackers defense. The Ohio State defense needs to improve in that aspect, especially in the secondary, get a little more consistency. And when I talked to Jeffrey Okudah after this game, he wants to take this performance he had and kind of move it forward into 2019, setting the tone for the young guys that are coming in. multiple guys. Chase Young even said they have the talent to win a national championship next year. He said he thought they did this year, but you cannot lose to Purdue, and that's what he said. But they feel like no matter the transition between Urban Meyer and Ryan Day, even if they don't have Dwayne Haskins next year, they feel like they have the talent, especially on the defense, to lead to a national championship, and they're confident in that going into 2019.
Yeah, I've never seen Jeffrey Okudah play like he did today, and I think he had a fourth pass breakup that was a bad pass interference call late. So another great play to stop a touchdown. Did he have the shoestring tackle?
Yeah, he did.
Just a great game for him. It's a game like that makes me think they do have that potential. I also do want to see who does come back from this. Jordan Fuller's not sure what he's doing. Kendall Sheffield could leave. Damon Arnett could leave. There's a lot of question marks, and I think if those guys come back, they could have a really talented secondary. They've proven at points this year that they could. But it'll take games like what Okudah did today to really show that they can be consistently that good.
So, yes, many decisions left to be made about who's staying and who's leaving for the NFL, but the biggest question mark is Dwayne Haskins. Is he going to stay at Ohio State? Is he going to declare for the draft? What do you guys think? I mean, I think everyone thinks he should go, but what's your gut feeling? And do you think he's ready for that next level?
He says he's 50-50. Just to say what he's saying, after the game he was asked a ton of times, and then he was asked his odds, he says 50-50. So he's not giving up anything. He might not actually know, who knows. But he hasn't said anything leaning any sort of way. I think he's going to go. I think you have a season where you almost throw for 5,000 yards, you throw for 50 touchdowns, you look like a pro-style quarterback, you have the arm. There are some throws here that just make your jaw drop every single time. He did it almost every game. I think he's ready. I think he's the top quarterback in college football, leaving for the draft. He'd be the top quarterback taken in my eyes. I just don't see enough reason for him to stay. I'm sure he wants to go win the title. I'm sure he loves Ohio State. I think it's a smart decision to leave.
Yeah, I don't think his draft stock will be higher if he stays another year. I think this is the highest it's going to be, and I do think he's going to take advantage of that.
Now, tonight was Urban Meyer's last game as the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. They were able to send him off with a win. Let's just talk about for a moment his legacy here at Ohio State. 7-0 against Michigan, a really great record, over 800% winning percentage while here at Ohio State. What does this man mean to this university and this football program?
That's a tough one.
That's a loaded question.
I mean, obviously, I think he's one of the greatest coaches of all time when you look at his record, what he's been able to accomplish, what he brought to Ohio State immediately after a Luke Fickell year to go undefeated, to win a national title, to consistently have them in the conversation every single year. Yeah, they had a slip up every year where they couldn't make it to the playoffs these last two. You can say there's some things to tarnish his reputation for sure. But when you look at what he did on the field, he's one of the greatest coaches to ever do it.
Yeah, and I agree. And that's the aspect that the players were talking about. When the clock hit zero, when the confetti started to fall, and when they started to sing Carmen, Ohio, Mike Weber described it, it was a movie. It was like a movie. And it was, no matter what the score was, no matter if they gave up 20 unanswered points to kind of wrap up a season that this game represented the 2018 season pretty well for Ohio State. Now, but when it was all said and done, when he was up on that stage, I mean, it was everything that they wanted it to be. He's their coach. He's their guy. And for a lot of the guys I talked to, it hasn't sunk in for them yet. And that it won't until Ryan Day officially takes over and spring practices officially start. But, I mean, they're going to miss this guy, and they have they're very, very emotional, and they have very, very strong feelings toward Urban Meyer.
That's all the time that we have for you today. 28-23 is the final here in the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. For Colin and Wyatt, my name's Leah Jackson, and thanks for watching the Silver Bulletin this season with us. Enjoy your off season.